I would say this every year on the show with Mark. They were like, oh, can Aaron Judge get to 60 home runs? Can Pete Alonso get to 50, 60 home runs when they would start out hot? And I'm like, why would they? Why would you pitch to them if behind them they have a less than and a guy who's a swing and miss guy that you can attack, and you take your chances with that guy? Why would you give Aaron Judge the opportunity to not only get hot but do damage in those situations? So I'd be shocked if he didn't walk. He had 20 intentional walks last year, and baseball was ready to write a new rule. Oh no, we can't. You can't do that. There's people paying good money to go watch him hit.
They want to see him hit the ball. Absolutely, yes.
Barry Bonds got walked intentionally 120 times that year. That he got walked 230 times. So it was just smart baseball, right? You rather face Jeff Kent than face Barry Bonds in any situation. So I think that's what you're going to see a lot more of. And, this archaic, challenge him mentality does nothing for you, your pitching staff, or your fan base if this guy's going to be able to change the game like he did. Even when the Mets played him and they kept putting him on, and then finally they left one over the plate and he had a grand slam to make it a game all of a sudden. And it was like, you couldn't put him on because it was bases loaded. I get it, but don't get yourself in that situation. So I would love to see these two teams do what they're capable of doing. And they were close to doing a Subway Series last year. And, I know we always sit here and we try to be very positive about our New York teams, but unless there's an onslaught of injuries, these two teams are poised to make long playoff runs.
I think you should know, if the Yankees and Mets ever played in the World Series again, my house would explode, because my wife and kids are Met fans, and I'm the only Yankee fan in the house. And we almost had to deal with that last year, and I'm kind of worried if that ever happened, what would happen to the Schwartz household.
Oh, I know it. I think that's that's the beauty of it, right? That's when you start, because the little interleague games. I bother Mark Malusis all the time about it because he's a big Yankees fan, and he's always. And I say to him, "How did the last 20 of those turn out?" I don't remember. I go, "Is that a good sample size?" If we go back to last year, the year before, and the Mets sweep, I'm like, "How did those ever turn out?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's your World Series." And I'm like, "All right, fair enough." But these two teams, it's been, the Yankees got back last year. The Mets haven't been back since 2015. It's a 10-year anniversary for the Mets to try to make that push and get there and take on the Yankees. And I think that's the way you would want to write that storybook ending, right?
I think so too.